So I wanted to create a project where we should create a database and insert some tables in the database. And the project I want to create is a diet application. So I want to call it Scrum Diet. And strumdiet.netport.com is my company domain, netport.com, and strumdiet is the application name. And I want to save it in Google Drive. I will choose the AP15 because it runs on 97% of all apps. And here you can see that you can have different types of menus, but I want to just use like a blank screen. And my main activity should be named main activity. So inside my package, I would right click here, just go to new in a Java class. And if you have seen my database tutorial on my website netport.com, if you go down, you will see that I have created a database class here called DB adapter. So we will just create the same DB adapter and class, of course. So inside the adapter, I need some variables, but first of all I will just run the application just to make sure that everything works. So I will run it on my Nexus 5X. If you haven't created a emulator yet, you can see that there's your own tutorial on this on my website also. So now it works. So I will just go to my DB adapter, and first of all I want to create some variables. So we just first create the database name and database version. These are two variables I want to use. So I want to create them as private, static, final, string, database name, and in my I want to call it Scrum Diet. String, isn't it correct? So it's red, so we'll just press Alt Enter. Oh, it should be uppercase. Yeah. And now I want to create another one. It's private static, final, also string, and it's integer. And it's the database version, and the version is 1, starts on 1. And then I need some database variables. And the database variables I need is the context, and the database helper, and the Sqlite database. So I want to create first a final context, name context. And then I want to create a database helper. DB helper. Then I want to create a Sqlite database from DB. And I need to import a class. I will just press Alt Enter here. Same with this one. Database helper. Oh, this didn't work. This is because I want to create this class after. So let's just leave it for now. It will work very soon. Now I want to create the class. DB adapter. So it's a public DB adapter with the context. Context. And in this I want to have used the context. I set the context as context. And the DB helper, I want to use that as the new database helper. Inside the context. And now I want to create the database helper. So when the class DB adapter is called, it will create a new database helper. So should be private static class database helper, and it should extend Sqlite database Sqlite open helper. Yeah, here it is. So inside here I want to create the database helper and the context of it. And the context should be super context, database name, null, and the version, database version. Database name. And then I want to do something on create. Public void on create Sqlite database DB. So we use try and catch so I don't get error messages. And here is where I want to create databases. And I create the table. and here is where I want to actually print the error. And I want to use this as an override. So I'm missing some of the imports here, so just look at my website, go to Browse Database Tutorial, these are the imports that I need in the db adapter.class. So just paste them here. Oh, I see. I had just an error here. Database error. Yeah, now error. Oh, everything went away. Private static class extend Sqlite open. I'm not sure what the error here is. So the next thing I wanted to just write here is the on upgrade, and it was the reason why I had an error here. So this is everything I need for now, and this is database helper. So now I just need to open the database and then close the database. And we are at number 5 now, open database. Public db adapter open, so the method open, and it shows an SQL exception. So if you get an error, you will get an SQL exception. So db equals db helper dot get writable database and return it. So now we have open database, and now we need close database. So number 6 is close database, and it's public void close, and as you know, the void doesn't return anything, so you can just close the database. db.helper.close. And this is it. Now we have the database as good as it should be. So we can just go to main activity and try to use it now. So we can write here db helper, no, db adapter equals new db adapter. This as context, and we want to call the db for the database for db. And then we just need to open it and then close it. And then I want to send a message to the user with the toast make text this database work. And the toast.length should be short, and then should be show. So just try to run this code. Should say something like database works here. Database works, so that's cool. So now we will create the tables. Here we will create tables. And to create a table, we will use the db.exec.sql. Create table. Just see what I wrote here. If not exists. And I want the table name to be food. And I have the food ID here. As an integer and the primary key. And then I have food name and manufacturer name. So I also need to actually drop the table if I want to upgrade here. So it is drop table if it exists, and if the table name is food. So I will just run this code, and I can actually change something here. I will write food created, just to see that something has changed. So it says food created, no errors. Next video we want to insert some data into the database.